I'm out and about today, and just leaving my favorite store. It is. It's kind of like it used to be a mill where they grind your corn and grain and put together, bring it back to your farm or whatever. And they've turned into a nice hardware store over the years. Sell feed supplies still for your cows and your chickens and what have you. Anyway, I haven't also done a video in a long time. I was just very discouraged with some comments that I had got. It's just personal. Sorry. I don't have the right equipment. I don't have the right cameras, what have you. And I guess I just was like, well, why do it if everybody's complaining about the way I'm filming? But anyway, I'm gonna still do another video here and see what happens. That's why I haven't been doing it. Plus, the climate, not weather-wise, but the climate of, I guess, this country, with all the politics going on, I wasn't very happy with YouTube. I don't think that a social media site should be censoring everybody. It's just my opinion that they shouldn't be censoring and making it hard for people to say what they want. That's what it's all about. Whether you're a believer in religion or science or both, we all get together, for example, and discuss things. Like your opinion is this, my opinion is that, and we all get together and you discuss things. And you can get to the truth or the bottom of things that way. That's how a free society should work anyway, don't you think? But when the media outlet suppresses somebody's opinion because they don't like what you're saying, that's not free anymore. That's just people saying, we don't want you to say this, and so it's wrong of them. Do they not think that people are smart enough to make their own opinions? We're all just supposed to be sheep, follow along what a certain group of people, or maybe just one. Anyway, that's the other reason I just got fed up with YouTube, and they might want to censor this. I don't know, whatever. But in my opinion, they're wrong for censoring, because we should be able to. Anybody should. I'm not saying you can get out there and swear or what have you, that kind of thing. That's not right. Some platforms maybe it is right, but not. Maybe on YouTube you keep it. So that everybody can listen and not be offended, but whatever. But you still should be able to say what you want in some context, whether it be about farming, whether it be about politics or what have you. We're all smart enough to be able to say what we think, what we want, and do what we want. And you want to be a true platform of a free society. That's the way it should be, in my opinion. All right, so beyond that noise, I have a 1739E Massey Ferguson tractor, and a lot of you know that already, but I'm going to put rear remotes on it, and I'd like to have a third function on the bucket loader too. So I've been doing a lot of research. You can have your dealers do all that and everything, but it's pretty costly. Oh, there's a lot of markets out there for this kind of thing, and one of the markets I found was Summit Hydraulics, and they sell the function. They sell the kit, and it's electronic. It can function as rear remotes, or you can, and I believe you can use it as a third function on your bucket. I have to do a little bit more research on it, but I have a guy who can actually install it, and I have a deal with him because he does some work here on the farm for horse space, so he will do it, and it won't cost me money to have him put it together. He's a good mechanic. But I still have to do some research. I want to make sure, I want to contact the company and make sure that it's actually functionable for this tractor. And they claim it is, but I always want to do research. And you have to look at how much flow you have in your tractor. Different kinds of tractors. You got to know if you have an open or closed valve. Mine is open, and you got to have the ports for it. This tractor does. So I'm going to look into it more and see if it's what I need. Now the product is $450 for all of the parts. It does not come with the hoses to go from the pump itself to either the bucket or to the rear. You have to buy those separately, and that's just another part of the expense. But if I can get away with it with $600, $700 instead of spending $1,800, have a dealer do it. Just putting the rear remotes for the dealer to do it, it's at least $15. They said at least $15. That's just putting the rear remotes. So my thought is, if I can find a product that I can put on this tractor and be able to operate rear remotes and a third function, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not going to have the handle obviously on the side of the tractor that does the rear remotes. It'll be done with the joystick, but you change your joystick out and it's electronically done. Then you just press a button and the rear will work. And so I'm not sure how they said it'll do both, but I do believe if you're going to operate a rear remote, you have your hoses hooked up to this valve, and then your buttons will do the rear. And if you want a third function to work on the front, you will have to just connect the hoses that are coming from the bucket to the unit, and then the buttons will operate that. I looked into that part of it, thought about that too, but I don't know too many of my operations that I would want to do that would have to require me to use the rear remotes and then have a third function on the tractor going at the same time. So the only rear remote part on that, what I'll be doing with this tractor, is cutting hay, and that requires a cylinder back there. And eventually I would like to get a baler that's made for these smaller tractors, which they have out there now. 1734 Massey Ferguson baler. It's a round baler, it does 500-pound bales, and that's what I make anyway. And that would require one set of rear remotes plus electric to operate the tie, which that tractor already has electric on the back side of it. I had that installed when I bought it. So, and if I'm going to have a third function for the bucket, the only thing that I can see me doing really is manure. you know, and I'm not going to be using anything on the back that requires anything while I'm doing manure. So it'd work. And I don't mind using the joystick for that. It's right there in front of me anyway, and it'd be fine. I have to find out if it's going to actually do you know what it says now. This company, Summit Hydraulics, you definitely have to know how many gallons per minute that your tractor is actually can flow. And this one is made for 13, and my tractor does 11, so it's under it and it's fine. If your tractor puts out more than 13, you have to get a different unit, but they make that too. And open and closed port. It's a port that is either it's either open or it's closed, and you got to know that too. But if you go to your tractordata.com and look up your tractor, it tells you what the tractor is, and mine is open and it's under 13 gallons per minute. So I'm good with the one I'm buying. It's like $449, $450. If it works, I'm going to do that because it'll work for me both ways. And it'll cost me $450 plus I got to get the lines. But it's better than spending $1,500 just for the rear remotes to have installed, and then if I wanted a third function, I gotta spend more money. So I'm spending at least $2,000. That's what the dealer said, you know. And so if I'm saving that kind of cash, I'm going to do it that way, and it worked for me. So I'll keep you updated on that. I'm not going to do it right away, but it's one of the things I'm looking at doing. it's getting chore time now. You can tell it's pretty dark out. So I gotta get doing chores, but I'll do some more filming what I can. So I wish you a good night, and thanks for watching Farming with George. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.